Hey friends, I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to COVID. That was the 36,000 kV Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop at Rampage. We're gonna suffer through here again. Oh man, of course I forgot to do things because that's what I do. Okay. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna do things. In the chat, Hockey Runs was first. Bob Bruce, Zero Taste, Bo Wever, fuck off. FPV Toast, Kilo Zebra, Troy Prelog, Frank Nicholas, Walter, Freelo Joe, Max Melner, Rock Crawler, Brandon's Baked Beans, Scotty Scott, Morton Upshot, Kilo Zebra, Hendrix Freakazoid, Zero Taste Bent, 7Z, Mr. B, Sebby D. What's up, everybody? Everybody stop telling me what to do, okay? Everybody stop telling me how to handle sickness. I'm 43 years old. I've been sick many times in my life. I know what to do. I know what not to do. I appreciate that you guys want to help, but I'm an adult. It's all good. Cool? No more telling me what to do, please. No more offering unsolicited advice. If somebody wants advice, they will ask you for it. If they don't ask you for advice, unless they're going to die, for the most part, don't give it to them. I love you guys, but unsolicited advice pisses people off, okay? I appreciate it. I get it. But it's all good. Let's move on. Sorry. I'm gonna fix an arm on this today. One of those big slams at there it is. One of those big slams at the Nook delaminated this arm up here. And I might take these Wasp majors off while I'm at it. I got a set of the Amax motors. I ordered a set of I had to do a Man, I'm so fucking sick of my back hurting. God, I'm so fucking done with this. God damn it. I am so tired of this. Yeah. I ordered a set of the Amax motors from Pyrodrone last night. 2305.5. We looked at them previously. It's these. All right, so heavier motors make more power. Groundbreaking, I know. Great, there's a new version. Awesome. I got the old version. Whatever. Too late. Yeah. Heavier motors make more power. These Wasp majors are 22.5 by 6.5. They make tons of power. Too much power. They're basically 30 grams a motor, which is too heavy. I don't want or need this much power. Yes, I can motor limit it down. Yes, I can add throttle expo. But I don't want this amount of power at full throttle. And so then motor limiting them down, you're carrying around extra weight for no reason. weight on the ends of the arms is the worst possible place to have it. Everything that you do, pitch, roll, yaw, specifically, move the ends of the arms. So reducing weight on the ends of the arms helps everything. My favorite motor of all time, the T-Motor F40 Pro 2 and 4. They are super, super, super lightweight 2306s. And every single time I've run a heavier motor, I just don't like the way that it feels. It just feels like less responsive, even though I've run motors that are more powerful. It doesn't feel as good with more weight on the ends of the arms. I also notice it in the PID tune. You know, when it drops into prop wash, the more weight on the ends of the arms, there's more momentum. And so yeah, forever. This is one of the things I love about how micros fly. They have very light motors, very light arms, and the motors are pulled in really tight. They make less power, but yeah. I can't just run the T-Motor F40 Pro 4s, because what fun would that be? I have to continue to test stuff, because, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. And there are no 2306s anymore that are as light. They've discontinued the Pro 4. Now they've got the F40 Pro 5, which is a 2307, or it's like a 2407 or 23 and a, it's significantly heavier. I still do have a bunch of the F40 Pro 4s, but at some point they are going to run out, right? And I have this this rig. This is the test rig, where I test stuff, and I've now tested these Wasp major motors, and they're great. People that fly 650, 700, 750 gram rigs are going to love these. Nothing wrong with them at all. But for me, they make too much power, and they're a little bit too heavy. So, in the search for lighter weight motors, my other option, and Kevin Sumner donated one of these, which is very cool of him, and I might still try these at some point. One of the other options is the Fly 533 2207. Super, super, super lightweight motor. Impressively lightweight motor. Where is it at? Look at that. 28.4 grams for a 2207. What I like about this motor is that 2207 is going to have crazy response time. But and so I'm still really interested in trying this motor. Let me actually weigh it for myself. Because again, I do have one here. Thanks to Kevin. So yeah, 2207 pretty much gives you sort of like the best response time, because 22 versus 23. So the magnets, which are heavy, are not as far out, right? So they're farther in. If you're spinning around, you pull your arms in, you spin faster, centrifugal force, right? And then 7 millimeters tall, which makes really good power. So yeah, this motor would be like the response time king, more than likely. 29. They need to remove this word. This word should not be here. They are not 28.4 grams. They are 29.2 grams. And that's with very short wires. I knew that was bullshit. I knew there was no way it was 28.4 grams. I'm sorry, but there is no way that this little bit of wire here... First of all, a motor weight with no motor wires is just stupid. I don't understand why anybody does that. Second of all, there's no way that this little section of wire is 0.8 of a gram. That's absolute nonsense. So 28.4 grams is absolutely a typo. In fairness, 29.2 grams is still very light for a 2207. But yeah, I knew 28.4 was bullshit. I don't know. Maybe they had a version of that motor that was lighter or something like that. But yeah, that's absolute nonsense. These guys here. Look at this. Look at this. Again, no motor wire, which is just stupid. But Jesus. So yeah, I'm super interested in this motor. I cannot believe how light this is. I have to assume it's going to be fragile. So we'll see. But at that weight, Jesus, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm certainly going to sacrifice some power and some response time, but we'll see. We'll see if I can push the PIDs far enough to make up for that. And yeah, should be interesting. Rob Oxygen says no motor wire and no prop nut. Yeah, wild. So I'm super interested in this. Ninja Monkey FPV, make sure you don't put a space in between Ciotti and FPV. I just happened to see you say that. He asks, have you tried the new Skrrts from WeBleed? Yes, a long time ago. WeBleed sent me prototypes many months ago. So if you come to my channel here, here's something that'll change your life. On anyone's YouTube channel, there's a little magnifying glass looking thing. If you click that, it'll search only that person's channel. So if we search for 40,000, there's a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch. Yeah, a whole bunch. There's 4 live streams where I flew those 40,000s 2 months ago. Looks like two and 3 months ago. Jesus. Oh my God. All right. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if it's a plan. I also got, I had to do a Pyro drone order because I'm terrified that these Xnova 1804s are going to go out of stock forever. And so I snagged a couple of replacements because, man, I did a number on 2 of these. Maybe we'll spin this thing up in Betaflight today, and you can hear what a bad bearing sounds like. I also need to do work on the Razorback, but I just don't think I have it in me right now. The ESC has completely and utterly shit. The brand new ESC that I put in, I think I put a blown up ESC in it. This is an ESC that I grabbed from Joshua. He was gonna throw it away. It looked like a the problem was that one of the MR whatever 9030 whatever the hell it is connectors popped off, but I think in the process of that happening it grenaded the ESC itself. I've had this. It's a T-Motor 55 amp ESC, and I've had it since Rampage last year. That happened at Rampage last year, and I just forgot. I forgot that. Yeah, I don't know, and I could be wrong. I don't know, but it was working on his rig, and then he had a really hard crash at Bandoland, and it cut one of the wires or ripped the MR90s off, and then he took it off in the build room and put it back, and he was gonna throw it away, and I was like, no, give me that. And then I put it in a box, and it sat in that box for an entire year until a week before Rampage this year. And the this thing had an Acon 55 amp in it, which was acting weird. And I said, oh, let me just real quick swap that ESC out. Let me swap that ESC that was working, but it was a little bit noisy, and I couldn't get like a super locked-in PID tune for one that doesn't work at all. That seems like a great idea. Let's do that. So yeah, now I got to put another ESC in this thing. Oddly enough, I don't know where it came from, but I have another T-Motor 55 amp ESC in my box of ESCs. So I'll put that one in. That way I don't have to swap the plug, the flight controller to ESC plug. New rule. The old rule used to be quads only go back on the shelf, on the wall shelf, when they're working. But the problem is, if I break a bunch of rigs, then they all sit on the floor and it drives me crazy. New rule. They can go up there, but they don't get props on them. If they're broken, they don't have props on them. I just made this rule up now. So, there we go. I'll probably forget that rule. And, yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'll probably forget that rule. So there's that. Oh, my God. I also have a little bit of work to do. I think I might have said that. I don't know. The Grinderino is all fucked up. I crashed it. The camera mount like ripped a little bit. I banged up all four of these props. I flew this thing hard at the end of Rampage there. Yeah, two of the motors are in really bad shape. So yeah, we're gonna do that. If you want to talk directly to me, type CiottiFPV. Fair warning. I'm in a bad mood. So, if while I'm in a shitty mood I yell at you, I apologize in advance. I'm trying my best not to, but I'm really, really, really tired of my back hurting, and it's just been days and days and days of it, and my face is... I am feeling better. I do feel a little bit better every day, but I'm just annoyed, and I'm not dealing well with it. I'm taking it out on people that I shouldn't be, and I'm ashamed of myself for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm human, I guess. It doesn't help to just sit here and fucking crucify myself, but that's my default. Just to do that. So, but I don't know. Try my best not to. Unbelievably, if you want to support the insanity, head on over to CiottiFPV.com. There's a million different ways you can help me out. I do not monetize these live streams. I would rather you guys not have to watch commercials, and maybe in the time that you save watching commercials or being less frustrated from no commercials, you can throw me like 10 cents a day over on Patreon. It's much better. That's much better than, yeah, you guys dealing with commercials and shit like that. So, that's the thing. I'm really excited for these Amax motors. If you want to buy these Wasp majors off me, let me know. I don't know if I'm gonna desolder them today. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Man, I took some chunks out of the ends of the arms on this Grinderino. Good lord. We watched some of the footage from this Friday. What's today's? Today's Sunday, May 26th. Yeah. How's there a new version of this already? Hold on. Where's the new version? Oh, these are sponsored links. I don't want that. Where's the new version? Where's the new version? Why does Amax's website not come up? I keep seeing this wrecked website. Is it good? Do you guys like it? There's Amax's website. This is where, in theory, I'll find... Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool looking. I like that, that gunmetal finish. Although this says competition bando, so this is probably the heavy one. Amax is cool, man. They do... Ooh, it's expensive. Although I've heard that you shouldn't order directly from Amax, because they take forever to ship. Somebody in chat not too long ago was saying that they ordered directly from them and it took absolutely forever to ship. And then I think they even had problems with it. This bando motor is heavy. I'm not interested in that. Is there a weight? Yeah, see... That's still pretty light. Weight without cable, 26.5. Weight with cable, 30. Shit, man. I'd be willing to do that, man. So if weight without cable is 26.5, that means with short cables it'll be like 27.5, let's say. Which is still really, really, really light. Shit. That's kind of annoying. Well. What do they have in 22? 2207, 2207. Jesus, $31 and $32. Go straight to hell. 2305. Look at all these different motors. Oh my god. So there's competition. Jesus, 2312. What the hell? Competition bando. Competition. We were just looking at the competition bando. What's regular competition? Oh, they're rainproof. All motors are. 25.5 and 29, so it's 1 gram lighter. Whatever. I have the other ones on the way. And apparently you don't want to order directly from Amax, so it's fine. But I got the old version. Son of a bitch! Race Day Quads has the newer version. Maybe they don't have the... Maybe they don't have the 2305... Whoa! What? Look at these weird-looking little things. 1304? Look at all these motors. Cool. They don't have the 20. They only have the 2305 and a half in the old school version. Awesome. Look at this though. Weird KVs. Weird design. Oh my god, it's got a fucking screw instead of a C-clip. Look at this. KV is super low though. 17,000 KV. You would need to run that minimum on 2S. What a wild looking little motor. I'll be damned. Okay. All right, Amax. I might have to mess around with those. What else did I see? 1304? 1304 4500? Be good for like a really light 2.5-inch rig. Oh my god, 1304 6000 kV. Look at all these, man. Look at all these motors. Okay. 2004, 2600, 24, 1850. Not too low of a kV. 2806. Look at these big bastards. 2207, 2306. What's this 2306 way? Let's see. 30 grams without cables. Yeah, see, those are heavy. All right. Well, we'll see. These 2305.5. We'll see if these make enough power. The worry is that these will not make enough power. Potentially, the reason why they're so light is that they don't make a lot of power. So we'll see. What I really want to find though, because the T-Motor F40 Pro 4s, I motor limit those down. I motor limit those down to like 80 or 85%. So I'm still carrying around a little too heavy of a motor. I want to find a motor that I can run at 100%. A motor that's durable, that I can run at 100%. That's sort of the goal here. So we'll see. We'll see if this is that, and then we'll see if it's durable. If it's not durable, hopefully the 2305.5 whatever competition Bando, whatever the hell it is, comes into stock in the US, and then I can try that one. Because, you know, this is the super leggero, which means super light in Italiano. And so, yeah, this has every reason to not be durable, but they call that other one Bando, and that's a good sign, you know. So, we'll see. Rockcrawler says, hey. Rob Axelson says, hola. Bent says, what's up? Anybody looking for the 2G4 AIO? Getfpv has them? No. What? Get the hell out of here. What? How the hell are places getting this back in stock? There you go, friends. I expect to see this out of stock before the end of the live stream. Yeah, I'm still hearing horror stories about the Mobula 6 2024s. They're just out of the box. They're just dying. They're not reliable. This is hands down still the most reliable, durable, everything, best freestyle tiny whoop AIO of all time. So if you're trying to build a tiny whoop, or if you just don't have like 2 extras of these, because this very well could be the best AIO we ever get for tiny whoops. I'm not convinced that we will ever get a better AIO than this. No one has been able to make an AIO anywhere near as good as this. And so why would anyone ever be able to? I don't know. Maybe this is just magical unicorn fart pixie dust anal juice. That's too far. So there you go. Good call, Ben. Rabaxison says, recovered a quad that was in a tree across the street. It was up there for, Jesus, 2+ years. AIO powered up, no receiver, VTX worked, and the old school Nano 3 camera worked, but cloudy. Holy cow. Kilo Zebra says, I hope you feel better soon. Thank you, dude. Me too. Rob Oxygen says it was my kebab baby tooth. Motors are also frozen. Yeah, motors are rusted to hell, I'm sure. That's wild. 2 years. Zero Taste said, been making lots of sheets comparing stuff because I have spare time. The one above is comparing motor sizes. When you say the one above, I don't know what you mean. I don't see anything above. If you tried to post a link, YouTube doesn't allow it, unfortunately. Kevin Sumner says 5.5 millimeters is 80% of 7 millimeter, and 24 grams is 80% of 30 grams, so proportions make sense. My brain cannot calculate that right now. My brain has become very smooth with the coronavirus. YouTube did the thing. I'm trying to find where I was at in chat. Ninja Monkey says, just got a set. Was curious on how you liked them. Fulojo putting the CiottiFPV.com link in the chat. Thank you, dude. Hey, I watched one of these photography drone guys' videos talking about how talking about the DJI ban, and he drew some super interesting parallels between the people that work at Skydio and the DJI ban, which, I mean, it's pretty 1-to-1. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of DJI, but I'm also not a fan of companies being shitheads and targeting other companies through bullshit. So there you go. Check that out and never buy a Skydio product ever. Scumbags, man. It seems. Kevin Sumner says Wrecked are supposedly decent. I've never ordered from them. I keep hearing from people that they're really good. Zero Taste says if you buy more, they get cheaper. On their website, I guess. Yeah. Ramduggo says the tree owes me $500. Walter says if durability is okay and continue bilsing is worth more. What's that mean? Zero Taste is just on fire today. He's filling up the whole chat. Always forget to tag you in my messages. He says, Rob Oxygen says, Mobula 6 2024 Eco has been flying strong, loving it. I have been flying it hard. Yeah, you know, mine's been amazing. But apparently you and I, Rob, are in the vast minority. Because multiple people have had, SlowCal has one that's worked, and I think he's up to 5 that have not. And, he knows what he's doing. He's not hitting them with a hammer or anything. He's plugging batteries into them, and they're just not working right out of the box. So, yeah, not good. Not promising on the Mobula 6 2024. Grepper says, considering building a Grinderino as my first non-whoop, yay or nay? I like the frame a lot. I like the Grinderino a lot. I wish that the arms were a 0.5 millimeter thinner, so that there was some chance of the arms breaking at some point to potentially save motors. Basically, if the arms are too strong, they're never going to break, and when arms break, they can potentially save the motor, which is much more expensive and much more of a pain in the ass to swap. So I'm a big proponent of letting the arms break because they're cheap and easy to repair, versus having them last forever and then just saying, oh, my quad is invincible, because it's not. The motors are way more fragile than the arms, and yeah, they're a pain to fix. So I really prefer setups that have a balance of arms that are strong enough to take 4, 5, 6, however many, a bunch of hard hits, and then eventually they break and hopefully save the motor. Other than that's really one of my only complaints about the Grinderino. I guess the other complaint that I have is about the top plate design, but I pretty easily found TPU camera mounting loops. By the way, I'm gonna leave the live stream on this scene because I look like shit, and I don't want you guys looking at my sick, disgusting face this entire time. I'm doing you a favor, all right? And there's nothing to see. My mouth is moving. I'm holding drones up. I'm working on said drones. You're not missing anything. Yeah. So the top plate design potentially is going to have a little bit of top plate in view, which is not my favorite. But I mean, it's also not necessarily the end of the world. But pretty easy to find. Little TPU camera loops, depending on the camera that you run, that will have the camera sit far enough forward that you don't have the top plate in view. So yeah, frame it's a Botgrinder frame. Bot's a great guy, and so you're supporting a great human being. Designed by God, who's another great guy and really knows what he's doing in terms of frame design. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely nothing wrong with this frame. It's a 3.5-inch frame, so you can run the bigger 3.5 props for more efficiency and more power, or you can run 3-inch props for better flight characteristics, in my opinion. So yeah, it's got that versatility of being 3.5. 25 by 25 mounting in the middle, 20 by 20 mounting in the middle, plenty of space in the back for whatever. I've got Walksnail in mine. So yeah, totally versatile, really decent motor protection. Absolutely nothing wrong with this frame. Split base plate, it's a cool design. Nothing wrong with this frame. The Quadmula Siren F3 I like better, but apparently it's never going to be in stock again. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it's been out of stock forever, and they keep saying, oh, it'll be in stock at the end of this month, and then it's not. And they say, oh, it'll be in stock at the end of next month. So I'm not convinced that it'll ever come back in stock. There is a Siren F35, which you could get, and then you can even buy the F3 3-inch arms for it. But yeah, I don't know. I think that frame is going to be a little bit better. The arms are thinner. Frame's going to be a little bit lighter. It gives the arms a chance to actually break and save your motors at some point. But yeah, nothing wrong with the Grinderino frame at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. For me, if I was going to buy a frame right now, I would buy the Quadmula over the Grinderino. No offense to Bot or Tommy. It's lighter, and I prefer a lighter weight frame for all the reasons that we just talked about. Still, and it doesn't have as backwards sorta of a top plate design that's gonna put the top plate in view more easily. So yeah, subtle things. As your first rig, you're barely going to notice any of that, in all honesty. So, yeah, buy whichever one is in stock, or if you want to support Bot, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with buying this Grinderino to support your favorite, or second favorite FPV pilot. So yeah, there you go. There's my answer. Hopefully it was a good answer. I fixed the camera pulled out of the TPU camera mount, which is interesting. I've actually never had that happen before. Keep an eye on that, see if it happens again. But yeah, the camera mount is now good to go again on this. Let me show you what a bad bearing sounds like. think it's motor 3. And motor 1 sounds like shit too, though. Oddly, the front motors... Well, one of the front motors sounds fine. I should have ordered 3 replacement motors. Hello? Hold on. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Ramdago says, ready, aim, fire. Have you plowed through Fallout yet? I have, yeah. I watched Fallout like a day after it came out. I was all over it for some reason. It was really good. I've been watching the slow-mo guys on YouTube for fucking ever. And they recently had on their second channel, on their second channel, they recently interviewed Zack Snyder, sort of like the godfather of slow motion in films. Zack Snyder is who directed, I think maybe, I don't know if he wrote 300, but yeah, he directed 300, and he's the mastermind behind a lot of the slow motion in that. Fascinating interview, sit down, hang out with those guys. Zach's two new movies filled with phenomenal slow-mo stuff are Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2, both of which are on Netflix. You can watch them right now. And so I watched those with Maggie a few days ago, and they're pretty good. They're pretty standard fare sci-fi. I mean, nothing like the one of the things I love about The Expanse is that it's different, man. Like they did so much stuff different, which is such like a breath of fresh air. Rebel Moon is not that. I mean, it's gorgeous, and the soundtrack is awesome, and like, yeah, shake the whole house, and and the cinematics are insane, and the slow motion is insane. But don't expect anything on the level of like The Expanse. Don't expect, it's a turn your brain off to some extent sci-fi, but nothing wrong with that. It was a fun watch. So yeah, there's that. Listen to how bad these motors are, yo. These are the X-Nova 1804s that I have had for probably 3+ years now. I beat the living balls out of these on Acrobrats way back when, and they just refused to die. Well, they're yeah, eventually they will die. But man, I've never run a set of micromotors that has been as durable as these. But listen to these. There's motor 1. Well, that's not bad. Oh, nope. Hear that? Ooh, gross. Yeah, so that's the bearing. Hear it? Normal. Here it like kind of comes and goes. Bearings do that. I don't know why they do that, but so the bearings in motor 1 are shot. Let's check motor 2. Let me also check the RPM, the max RPM on these. Motor 2, which is the healthy motor. 56,000. Motor 1. 56,000. It's still getting there. Motor 3. Motor 3 is brutal. It'll still turn 56,000 though. Motor 4. Oof. Still gets to 56,000. Ugh. That's 3 bad motors, my friends. Those are bad bad bearings in 3 motors. What's interesting... Oh, God. Is that none of them are vibrating all that bad. Motor 4 is vibrating. Oh, God, you can't even tell because it's so... Because the bearing is so bad. So, yeah. One of my theories as to why micro motor manufacturers have not gone to 3mm motor shafts is that your bearing has an outer diameter and an inner diameter. And as the inner diameter gets bigger, the ball bearings have to get smaller. And when the ball bearings get smaller, they have a smaller contact patch. So when you like side load that motor with a bunch of force, those ball bearings dig into the race. So you've got the inner and the outer race, and then you've got a bearing in between here. And so when you side load this, the smaller the bearing, the smaller the yeah, it's going to dig into the race, and that's what ruins the bearings. And so by going to a thicker motor shaft, the bearings die sooner. The thing is, with a 2mm motor shaft on these little motors, the bearings die, the motor shafts die long before the bearings. Like, these are hands down the most durable motors ever that I've ever run. But and eventually now I've killed the bearings. But these have lasted so much longer than every other micromotor I've ever run that, yeah, they need to get their heads out of their asses and put 3mm motor shafts on everything, because all the motors will last a lot longer. So yeah, so there's that. Bob Bruce with an excellent idea. Put some Whoop motor oil, see if that helps. This is a great idea. Absolutely fantastic idea. I actually gave away all of my Whoop motor oil because I have this really nice Oust skateboard oil with this incredible little super fine tip applicator. It's like a little tiny needle tip. So I can just put the oil exactly onto the bearing. So let's do that and see how much, if any, they quiet down. It shouldn't make a big difference because this happened from crashing, i.e. physical damage. But when a motor is, as I've always said, don't oil your motors because bearings come sealed and oiled. But if you're about to swap out a motor, if a motor is dead, perfect, oil the damn thing and see if it helps at all. If worst case scenario, you get a couple of more batteries out of it. So yeah, let's put a little tiny bit of oil on each of these guys and we'll just see. It would be nice if maybe one of them came back to life. That'd be pretty fun. Since I only ordered 2 replacements. So let's see. Good thinking, brother. Alright, so that's the bottoms. And then what's cool about this little tiny needle tip is that, oh was my nickname back in college, is that you can put it like right through the bell and just put a little tiny bit of oil in there. And we'll see. All right. A little bit. And you only want a little bit. It's these things turn such crazy RPM that it's just going to fling most of it out. So just put a little bit, and then it'll fling less of it out. The best oil to use, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Tiny Whoop oil, don't get me wrong, but I really like the idea, since we get these things dirty, you know, I really like the idea of dry lube, which bicycle people use. Bicycle people. Cyclists use. So yeah, if you go on Amazon, you can get, just type in like dry lube. When that oust oil runs out, I'll get some. But not getting any quite yet. Let's fire Betaflight back up. Maybe it'll take less than a minute to launch this time. Look at that. All I gotta do is ask. All right, let's see. We're gonna spin these up really slow initially to kind of work the oil in a little bit. And then we'll crank them up. In hopes that we don't throw all of it out. Here's how you spin your motors up really slow. Click. Hold on. Turn this on. Click here. Just click. Don't slide it. And then use your up arrow. Up, 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 up. And you can go one by one. Oh my god, motor number 4. The motor bell is bent to shit. I didn't notice that. Oh my god, yeah, okay. Motor number 4 is fucked for life. The motor shaft is super bent. I can hear the grease working its way in. Oh man, some of them are still wrecked. Some of them still sound so bad. Let me show you guys something else here. So, I've shown this a bunch of times, but this is the perfect time to revisit. So, you guys can probably see that is wrecked. Oh, Christ. Hold on. Spinning these motors up really slow is a great way to do this, alright? So you spin them up really slow. This is obvious. This is destroyed. Like, you can see that. But if there's any if there's any doubt in your mind, take your fingernail and it'll push your fingernail back and forth, right? So this one's wrecked for life. The stator is wrecked and the bell is wrecked. This one's going in the garbage. Motor 2 is actually in really good shape. It's not making noise, and when I put my fingernail against the bell, I can barely feel it wobbling. I can feel it wobbling a little bit. This is how you see if your motor shafts are bent. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Motor 1, perfectly smooth. But the bearing might be shot. But this bell is good to go. Motor 2 is going to stay on here. Motor 1, we'll spin it up in a second to see if the oil got in there. Motor 3 in the back corner. You can feel it. Motor shaft is bent. So I probably banged this thing really hard on this side. I probably slammed it really hard on the concrete on this side, and that bent both of these motor shafts. This Grinderino is very, very, very heavy. This is like a 310 gram all-up weight rig. So there you go. That's how you test if your motor bells are bent. You can do that on any size. Ooh, God, who's that guy? Okay, so the oil should be worked in now. Turn this off, and let's check them individually. Motor 1. Oh, no. Turn this back on. Motor 1. Ooh, we're back. Although, hold on. This is the one that was... this is the one that would kind of come and go. But no, it's good. Motor 1 is good to go. for now. And as you remember, it was not bent. Motor 2. Motor 2 was fine, so it's going to continue to be fine. Motor 3 and 4 are wrecked. But just out of curiosity. Oh god, no, yeah. The bearings are still ruined. Oh god! And then motor 4 is just... You know what's funny is... The bearings have come back to life on motor 4. Interesting. So, motor 4 is No. Motor 4, the bell is ruined. Hold on. Let me double check these. Motor 1 is back to life. We're good. Leaving it. Motor 2 was fine. Leaving it. Motor 3 is bent. Motor 3 is going in the garbage. Motor 4, the bell is going in the garbage. But the stator is going to stay. You got it? Does that make sense to everybody? Let's do that real quick. Motor 3 is trash. Just go away forever. You're fired. But yeah, motor 4, the bearings aren't that bad. I mean, look, if if the bearings start making these noises, even after oiling them, they're not fresh anymore. But save them, because we beat the hell out of these things, and yeah, it'll come in handy at some point. So I'm gonna pull both of these. No. I'm gonna pull both of these off, and then I'm gonna save the one stator. Makes sense? But motors 1 and 2 are gonna stay on, because motor 2 was fine from the get-go. Motor 1 has come back to life with a little bit of oil. And that, my friends, is why, before you throw a motor away, put some oil in it. If it's making the screeching noise. If the bell is bent, you know, oil ain't gonna do shit for that. But if it's screeching, you might be okay. These are C-clip motors. The other problem with oiling motors is now they have this wet-ass oil in them, so next time you crash anywhere that's like dusty or dirty or whatever, it's going to pull all that dirt in. So like it really is like a last sort of resort. But I've run motors that I've ordered oiled for a long time, right? Like all the motors get dirty. So yeah, no reason to not. On a freestyle, this is all me talking about freestyle rigs, right? This is not me talking about any kind of a cinematic rig. Cinematic rig, motor gets banged up, bearing is acting up, get the hell rid of it. It's just not worth it. This is all freestyle stuff that we're talking about here, where you're gonna abuse the living balls out of the thing. Okay? On cinematic rigs, don't play these games. It's just not worth it. So let's really quick remove these two motors. I'm going to throw this one in the trash. I'm going to take apart this other one. And you guys will get to see an 1804 taken apart. It'll be thrilling. Hopefully. Probably not. But that's okay. Walksnail performed really, really well on this. I flew it far away. I flew it behind concrete. It was great. I could see where I was going. It DVR'd on board, DVR'd on the goggles. Super impressive stuff. So, this one's trash. I'm not actually going to trash it. I'm going to keep it. I keep all my stuff. Someday I'm going to make a sculpture out of broken FPV parts. This one, I could technically leave the stator on here, take the bell off. Instead, I'm just going to throw the fresh motor on it. And then I'm just going to put this in the bag with the extra stator. You do you. No right or wrong answers. But I like to kind of save the stators. I like to keep buying replacement motors when they're available. And then someday they'll be discontinued. And then you've got a whole bunch of extra parts sitting around. So this guy here, we are going to take apart. And the the C-clips that they use on these Xnova 1804s kind of suck. So you can watch as I struggle. Be very exciting. They put these little ears in the C-clip. See them? Which, if you have the right tool, which I'm sure they do at the factory, it makes it easy to remove them. But none of us have the right tool. And so these little ears make it kind of a nightmare. So you get your fine tip tweezers or nose pliers or whatever into position here, and then you want to use your other finger to cover this hole up in case this thing tries to go flying. The better way to do this is in a plastic bag. But I prefer to do it the stupid way. Alright, here we go. So, get it in there, and you're just opening the C-clip up to get it off. The other problem is the C-clip is recessed. See that? See how it's down in there? I can't just push it off like we do with the Tiny Whoop motors. You gotta really... Pure Richard Scott says, to the carpet it goes. Yeah, more than likely. The other problem with these C-clips is that a lot of times when I'm opening them up like this to remove them, these specific ones, they never spring back closed again. This is my only real complaint about these Xnova 1804s, is that getting these C-clips off sucks. It really does. And I've had ones where I can't even get them. Oh my God, come on now. It's just, all right, I can't do it and show you guys. It's just, I can't, the angle is not right for me to be able to show you. And I'm frustrated at everything right now, so I'm gonna just hold this the way that I need to hold it to do this, so that I don't completely lose my mind. I still might not be able to get it. It's bad. It's bad. This is a stupid C-clip setup. It's a 3mm motor shaft, for Christ's sake. Put a fucking screw on it. Come on. Xnova, what are you doing? Put a screw on the damn thing. Get real. Woosah, motherfuckers. Woosah. Alright, come on. Ugh. All right, I got it to pop up and over the motor shaft. I got it to pop up and out of the little slot that it's in. Again, keep my finger on top. There it is. We got it. But I can already see that the damn thing is so opened up that it's not going to want to go back on. I'm going to try to close it down a little bit. And this is when I'll lose it. I'm going to use pliers that have a little bit of texture to them in here. And so I'm just going to clamp this down a little bit. I'm going to try to. This is when it'll fire off into the carpet forever, into Never Never Land. Into Never Never to be found again land. But yeah, they're spring steel, so they're springy. Thus the name. That might be just enough. Just give it a little tiny bit more. Okay. That's looking fine. So, didn't break it, didn't warp it, didn't completely ruin it. And it's disgusting in there already from the grease, just from like sitting on the bench and spinning it. So now we're just gonna pull. Sometimes you have to get in there and pry the washer out. There's always a washer or two in there. But I always first like to just try to pull and just be gentle. Give it a little wiggle, a little spin. Sometimes you'll be able to just get it off and it'll pull the washer for you. But no, in this case, it's being a jerk. So let's get in here and see if we can pull that washer off. And I just got it to be crooked a little bit, which is a good start. Let's get in here with tweezers. These washers love to go flying into Never Never Land as well. So again, try to just keep your finger up on top to catch the damn thing. There we go. There's the washer. It's disgusting and all oiled up. And yeah, now there's the bearing down in there, so we're good. I believe these bearings and these motors are glued in. We can maybe take a look at that in a second. And so now you can pull the bell off of the stator. And yeah, this bell is completely wasted. If you want to double check that, you can kind of roll it across the desk. So it actually won't roll. But, you know, we tested it. And yeah, the motor shaft is bent. So this is now garbage. I think that's only the second of the 1804 motor shafts that I've been able to bend, and I've just abused the living hell out of them. So now you can kind of take a look at the bearings and the stator and whatnot. Give them a little wipe to get all that extra oil off. That'll keep them from getting super dirty. If you have a microfiber, just kind of ball it up and jam it in the bottom there. And yeah, this is a 3500 kV, perfectly good 3500 kV X-Nova 1804 stator. None of the windings are discolored or burnt or angry. And yeah, good to go. You can also like take something and kind of spin it to see how it spins. Make sure it's not all grindy. This actually feels totally fine. So yeah, perfectly good stator. Put it in a little bag. Save the C-clip. Save the ow, fucker. Save the washer and label it. For Christ's sakes, label it 3500 kV. You know what I mean? Because they make these things in multiple different KVs, and a year from now, when they discontinue this motor or whatever it may be, you will thank yourself for labeling the damn thing. There's a little washer. Let's wipe that off. Good. Here's a little C-clip. Wipe that off as well, because they're just coated in smack. All right, so X-Nova 1804 3500 kV. Let's make it so that it's actually legible. Cool. And there we have it, my friends. You're welcome. Top tips. I bet you it's not even going to fit in this little bag. Let's see. Maybe it will. Come on, you bastard. What? All right, there we go. Throw that in there. Throw this in there. Throw this in there. And put that in your little motor box. That'll come in handy someday. Almost guaranteed. Okay. So the Grinderino is now pulled apart, but when that pyro order gets here, I put it back together. All right. Oh God, I feel like a bag of donkey nuts. This is the fully broken one here. I'm tempted to pull the C-clip and the washer off of it, but I'll wait. By saving this, and I have a big bag of just broken shit. If down the road I need one of these C-clips or one of these washers, I have it. I don't have to remove it now. But you do want to like mark this so that you know it's bad. Somehow, whatever. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'm just gonna put it in the thing. Hold on. I'll put it where it needs to be. My brain is. If I don't put this where it needs to go, I'll forget that this is bad, and I'll install it again like an idiot. There are lots of strange noises coming from upstairs. I don't know what the hell's happening. I didn't put mailbag in the stream title, but we're gonna celebrate this. Tiny Whoop has not had their cube gates available for many years. Luckily, I snagged a bunch of them before they went away. They are available again, and they are new and improved. This is supposedly blue, but it looks pretty purple to me. And then they've got them in red again. And then they've done reflective around the outside. So, yeah, you guys are going to get to see a bunch of these. Massive thank you to Jesse for sending me out 2 of the blues and 1 of the reds. We're going to have these upstairs a bunch. And, yeah, it's going to be awesome. They're really well made, just like the old ones were that you guys have seen me fly around a million times. So yeah, thank you, Jesse. Very, very cool of you. I have lots of other mailbag things, but we'll do a proper mailbag on the next stream, or I don't know, one of these streams. I should have grabbed a bag while I was in there. I need a bag to put the Grinderino in, so I don't lose stuff. Well, no, here we go. I have an extra bag here that I put all the Tiny Whoops in. I guess on the next stream, I was trying to wait until Wednesday, but we got to go through the Tiny Whoops, and I'll show you how they did at Rampage. Which one survived? They all survived, really. But what fell off, what broke off, whatever. Oh, you dirty bastard, you. Come on now. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to use this bag here. Bless you! These motor screws are going to stick to the motors, but at least if it's in a bag, I know where they are. You know what I mean? Get yourself a big old box of these Ziploc gallon or 2 gallon, whatever the hell they are, bags, and don't use them for anything else. Put the box of the bags near your shit and just use them for FPV stuff. It will save your ass. Wasp majors and arm replacement. Well, no, let me get caught up on chat. Alright, I'm gonna scroll back up. Where did I leave off? Grepper says, my Mobula 6 2024 had a different gyro than yours, so curious if they've changed other things on the flight controller as well. Yeah, you never know. It's the wild, wild west. BLD says, thoughts on the Walksnail Nano V3 kit. I'm not sure what that is. Let's look it up. Walksnail Nano V3 kit. I have not run one of these V3 VTXs yet, so I can't really say much. I've heard people bitching. I've heard people bitching about them though. This is a pretty heavy VTX to pair with this lightweight of a camera. So I don't really understand that. If I was going to go with this heavy VTX, I would probably get one of the bigger, slightly heavier cameras. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people bitching about this VTX. I don't know how true it is. I'm sure they've sold a lot of them. People have complained that there's much less range than the older one with the dual antennas. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really talk, though. I haven't run it yet. I have one sitting right here with the bigger camera. It's going to go into a 5-inch rig. One of the F40 Pro 4 glides is going to get that. So I'm going to have an analog glide, a Walksnail glide, and the Rossi is an old school DJI glide. So yeah, I'll be able to talk about it at some point here. But at the moment, I've had no experience with this. But lots of people have been using this. There's lots of people talking about it. Real crackerjack content here today. Zero Taste says, my brain today posted the motor comparison sheets in general nonsense in the Discord. Very cool. Brunswick Bean says, stupid Skydio and the stupid politicians. Yep. Bob Bruce says, I've broken an arm on my Grinderino on a concrete parking lot, and everything else was perfect. Replaced an arm and everything was right. Wow. That must have been a hell of a hit, Bob, to break one of these arms on this thing. Grinderino arm thickness. The arms are 4 millimeters thick. That is bananas. 4 millimeters thick, and you broke it. The slowest claps for you, my friend. That's a hell of a slam. Good job. Rob Oxen says, ordered my AIO, still in stock. Scotty Scott says, just ordered 2 F4 AIOs from Getfpv, exactly what I've been needing. Very cool. Ramdongo says, hated the first 20 minutes, but I do grind post apocalyptic sci-fi. Yeah, what do you guys think of Rebel Moon? I started talking about it, and then I didn't even... Yeah, I don't know. It was good, right? The visuals were insane. But, like, you know, it was just, like, for the same reasons that like, Avatar 2, it just, you know, the last hour is just a war movie. And it's, like, I don't know. It's just whatever. Like, it's just another really, you know, visually stunning thing where fake people kill each other. You know, like... I don't know. After The Expanse, The Expanse kind of killed sci-fi for me because it's so fucking good. Like, it just set the bar so high that, like, any other sci-fi that I watch, I'm just like, yeah, here's another sci-fi thing. Some of the visuals in Rebel Moon were absolutely phenomenal, though, which is cool. But, like, I don't know, that's not as cool as when I was younger, I guess, you know? Like, when I was younger, I appreciated just straight, like, that kind of stuff a lot more. And before The Expanse. In a pre-Expanse time, I appreciated that stuff a lot more. The Expanse really opened my eyes at, like, how much you can do in sci-fi. And, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about Star Trek, right? Like, Star Trek kind of did the same thing. Like, it took sci-fi and added a lot of extra stuff in it. And it changed everything. But yeah, the accuracy in terms of, like, physics and how that kind of makes you think in The Expanse is just, I don't know, for me it was awesome. Rob Oxison says, those voters sound like a bad date. Dennis. Bob Bruce says, oh yeah, put some, good call again, Bob. Zero Taste says, would you mind looking over my list of parts of my 4-inch racing quad? I don't know anything about racing. I don't know anything about... I don't know nothing about 4-inch. Gonna order some parts today. Build 14th. Yeah, put the list. Oh, it's in general nonsense because links don't work here. I don't need the links. I just need the names of stuff. Is it Discord? It's Discord. Let me make sure it doesn't open up on the main monitor. We're good. General nonsense. Amax 2005. 2005, that's like a cinematic motor. You want something that's... Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know 4-inch. That... Man, yeah, I don't know what motor to recommend. Try to find... Nobody races 4-inch. I have no idea what motor to recommend for a 4-inch rig. What I can tell you is that 1804s are definitely too small. So you need something bigger than 1804, but then obviously you want to be smaller than like 2107 or 2306, or 2207 rather. Yeah, I don't know what motors. These are probably the right propellers. These are old school but very durable propellers. You know, the stack is just roll the dice. Maybe it blows up, maybe it doesn't. HD0 race, that's probably a good choice. The 90 frame per second camera, that's probably a good choice. Ealer S is a good choice. I don't know what this Maniac 4-inch frame is, but I don't know racing frames at all. So yeah, that's tough. 6S is going to put a lot of stress on it. Hopefully this stack... You basically want to go with a stack that's for like a 5-inch rig if you're going to run 6S. So if this is a stack that people successfully use in 5-inch rigs, then you should be okay. If it's not, I have a feeling... I don't know, you might be okay, but with racing you're going to crash often and really hard. Well, I mean, it depends. It depends. It like it depends on what the whoever your local racing people make their gates out of. If the gates are made of something hard, then it's going to take a lot of abuse. If the gates are like softer, then yeah, it might not take that much abuse. But yeah, I don't know about these motors. 2005 is more of like a cinematic motor. So I would look for a motor that's taller. I would look for like a 2006 or like an 1805, if there is such a thing. The 5-inch racers run 2207s, right? So 7 tall, 22 wide, 7, 14, 21, right? So ratio of 3 to 1. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a motor that's got the width to height ratio of 3 to 1. Because, you know, 5-inch racers have really figured this shit out. So that's more what I would be looking for. I don't know anything about any of those motors, though. So, I mean, you know, for me to suggest a motor is just gonna be me randomly saying, like, yeah, just kind of closing my eyes and pointing. But, like, if it were me closing my eyes and pointing, I'd be looking for, like, an 1805. Or maybe even, like, an 1806. Looks like iFlight has a Zing, too, 1806. I think this might be what I would do. 1600 kV on 6S might be right. I don't... I'm not really sure. I've just not done it. So yeah, this might be good. 1600 kV seems a bit low, though. I mean, we're running more than 1600 kV on 5-inch rigs. So I would look for... I would get the 2500 kV, and then if it's too much, you can motor limit it down. Don't get these. These are stupidly notchy and fragile as hell. Yeah, the 4-inch is tough, man. There are not many options, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, at 2005, it's gonna stay cool. It's not a bad motor choice. It's just it's a width to height ratio of like 4 to 1, which usually you don't do with racing. Yeah, it's tough, man. A 4-inch rig is going to be very tough, because like nobody does them. So if you can find troll around the racing community and see if you can find anybody doing 4-inch stuff, and then just whatever they've done, just like copy them, because otherwise you're just going to be closing your eyes and pointing. Yeah, sorry. I wish I knew more about 4-inch, but it's just not. Yeah, it's just not something I've spent any time on. Walter says Teflon grease with syringe, bicycle chain grease. Yep, there you go. Bicycle chain grease, bros. Morton Upshot says, careful using dry lube if it contains graphite. I don't know anything about dry lube. I haven't used it yet. Interesting. So we don't want graphite, huh? Cole Power says, didn't let the BMX racers seriously bicycle people. Or they'll be chasing you. Walter says, can you not hit the bend out of the axis? Nope. Once a motor shaft bends, it's fucked. You can try to get it straightened out again, but the first and second crash, it'll bend it right back. It's just worthless. Just get rid of it. Our motors are cheap enough where once the motor shafts bend, just throw them away. Build a rig out of extra janky parts and give it to your enemy. Rob Oxenden says, take the bell off 3, swap it with 4. We talked about that. Eventually, I'll basically do that. Bob Bruce says, can't you put 3 bell on motor 4 stator? I could, but then I would have the other extra stator. So, yeah, I just keep the extra parts, replace with fresh, and then once those motors keep buying them, just keep buying more and more motors while they're available, and then just save all those extra parts. And then when you're in dire straits and the motors have been discontinued, then you've got a whole bunch of janky extra parts that you can start using. But, you know, stuff doesn't last long. We only get like a year or two that we can buy anything in FPV before it gets discontinued. So take advantage of that and buy as many replacement run fresh stuff while they're still being sold, and just save all those extras. Roboxen says use an exacto blade, get under one ear, then the rest will follow. I don't like to do that. The exacto blade thing, I don't like using exactos anyway because I'm always afraid of stabbing myself without health insurance. That's a real worry. But I don't like using exacto knives on C clips. That typically loses C clips for me. I like using those these needle tip things. Kevin Sumner says the blue tiny whoop gate looks like secret violet. I agree, man. I agree. I think they made it just for me. They made red and purple just for me. Cloudhopper says just ordered another 2G4 from Getfpv. You guys are the best. Buy them all. Our community deserves the 2G4s. Nobody else is allowed to have them. Frank Nicholas says Botgrinder broken arm 6mm on his Demibot frame flying a bando in his latest video yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I think he is like 750, 800 grams. And like once you get up that heavy, God no, I mean 6mm arms, what's the tank? 8mm or something? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good feel for 700 plus gram 5-inch rigs and what the right arm thickness is. Denzel the Terrible says there's a Rebel Moon Part 2, but I don't think it is liked. I liked it as much as the first one. It came out in the middle of April. I watched them back to back. Rob Oxen says AIO is still showing in stock. Frank Nicholas says 5 minutes 55 seconds. I don't think I can play this small enough to not get copyright dinged. I'm sure that bot won't manually donkey me, but still, there's no reason to to go down that road. So I'm watching it on the other monitor here. I want to see how hard of a hit it was to break a 6mm arm. I think this is the one where he flew while maced, which is just outrageous. All right, so here's the hit. That wasn't that bad of a hit. I mean, it was into metal. That was not that hard of a hit. I'm kind of surprised that, wow, it really broke. Boy, oh boy, that really went. Jesus. It's always hard to tell, though, man. Like, you can always hit at perfectly the wrong angle and break anything. But yeah, he did hit metal, which is completely unforgiving. Even more so than concrete, I think. I think concrete has at least a little bit of give to it. Maybe not. The macing was a gimmick, and he didn't fly after the macing. Ah, okay. Fair enough. What time is it? 4:37. I'm really trying to get to 5. I feel really bad that I haven't been streaming, and my Patreon is just getting hammered because I haven't been streaming. So unfortunately, I know these streams with me being sick are just practically unwatchable, but I don't know. Hopefully I'm just trying to stop the bleeding at this point, I guess. All right, let's desolder these Wasp major motors. I don't want to put any more batteries through them. They just have way too much power for me. I fly setups that are purposefully underpowered so that I can get more throttle resolution, and also I don't want so much power. Less power forces you to fly closer to objects and stay on the ground. Like, if I have tons and tons of power, I spend too much time waiting to come down out of the clouds. 5-inch rigs have so much power as it is. Yeah, that's a totally personal thing. It's very fun to fly rigs with tons of power. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not... It's plenty of fun. I've flown overpowered rigs, and so, like, it's not necessarily as fun anymore. I hope I'm making some sense. I feel like I'm not making any sense. I can't, like, my fucking brain, man. This is bullshit, dude. I need this to end. Alright, so we're going to really quickly desolder these. You guys saw me put a little bit of flux on here, even though I've been soldering forever and I'm really good at it. Flux still helps. If you're not using flux, you're just making your life more difficult and you're getting a worse end result. It does not take long. You get better quality, and it makes your life easier. Use flux, my friends. These Wasp majors are going to be for sale. I do need to print out another label right now. So if somebody wants to snag these quick, take 20% off of whatever they are brand new, and they're yours. I do have 5 of them, though. You have to buy 5 of them from me. And I flew 2 batteries on these. So yeah, they're pretty fresh. There's a couple little marks I'll show you in the bottom of the bell, but they still spin perfect. And yeah, they're, for all intents and purposes, for the love of God, not intensive. That makes no sense. Brand new. Alright. I broke them in for you. That's really what happened. Hey, little buddy. I've been quarantined in the basement, and that includes a teddy quarantine. Come here. Teddy, come here. Come here. You're not going to come over here? You know I've got the sickness? Come on. Why won't you come over here? Come here. Wow, even the dog hates me. Fair enough. Well deserved. It's this front arm here that's blown up. Oh, I didn't have a toy. That's why you refused to come over, because there was no chance of me. Wow, you fucked this toy up, buddy. This used to be a flying squirrel, and now it's... I don't even know. Come get your toy. Look how much fun I'm having playing with your toy. You should come get it. Wow, he just refuses to come over. I threw it, he grabbed it, he just ran away. There he comes. Yeah, no, he's dropping it at a distance. Oh well. Whatever. Oh my god. Intensive porpoises. Jackalope rightfully says. Do you guys want to watch me change an arm? Is that... It's 4:43. You're gonna have to watch me change an arm. Feel free to ask me questions about changing arms. There's not much to it. Lock tight your screws. That's about it. I don't have any big tips for changing arms. Try not to get carbon fiber splinters in your wiener hole. That's a good tip. It's good general life advice. I'm excited to be able to... So, there is soon going to be a live stream. 43-year-old man 3D prints for the first time. At Rotorite Rampage for that CiottiFPV and ABC present... I don't even know. TGI FPV. I won a Bambu Lab A1 Mini 3D printer. And I took it out of the box and screwed some of the screws in and unscrewed some of the other screws, and I didn't realize that like I was doing all of the setup. I wanted to do all the things on a live stream, but I was like, all right, let me you know, just like take it out of the box, and then I can do like the actual setup stuff on the live stream. Well, as it turns out, I was doing all the setup stuff. Like, you can set the damn thing up in 15 actual minutes. They made it so absurdly simple. So yeah, I don't know. I guess on the stream we can dive into like the software and like slicing, whatever the hell that means. But yeah, the damn thing is so simple to use that like I accidentally did all the hard work already. Which is just removing pieces of foam, unscrewing a couple screws, screwing a couple other screws in, and like you're done. And now I've been watching some YouTube content on it, and apparently like it's just one of the best, if not the best, budget 3D printers available right now, and it's just stupidly easy to use, and I'm gonna absolutely love it. So that's great. Massive thank you to Rotor Riot and Bambu Labs for you know, sponsoring them and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Supposedly it's very quiet. I've got a nice little spot for it right over there. Hold on. It's just gonna live right over there in the corner, and you know, I can 3D print some stuff. I'm still gonna get stuff from Brain 3D because his designs are phenomenal. But yeah, there's times where I have to like beg you guys to 3D print me shit. And now if I can figure the slicer stuff out, I'll be able to do that for myself, which will be awesome. That'll feel good. I'll feel very empowered. So that'll be cool. And like there's times where it's like I need something now, and that'll be really, really, really nice. So I'm weirdly looking forward to it. I've been terrified of 3D printing turning into like an obsession and another hobby and eating my life and killing the children. But I think that I'm hoping that this machine is so simple that it doesn't have to become that. You know what I mean? That like I can just get a couple of spools of filament and then just like, yeah, whatever. Not have it be like a big obsession. I'm not going to get the multi-filament nonsense. I'm not going to like, I'm going to try to do as little as possible. I guess I should get, it comes with a textured bed. I guess I should get like a smooth bed. But yeah, I'm not going to go crazy with it. Somebody clip that for me so that when I go crazy, I can look back at it and be like, wow, look how full of shit I was. I'm going to really try, though. I'm going to really try hard to not go completely nutso with it. So there you go. There's a broken glide arm. Save the motor. The motor is completely fine. It was on that arm. Although I don't think it hit the motor. I think it hit on the bottom of the arm. But yeah, this motor is absolutely perfect. Not a mark on it. No wobbling whatsoever. To check the wobble of a motor when it's not on the quad, you just look at the gap here between the wires and the bottom of the bell. And you just spin the motor, and that little gap there, you'll see it change if the motor shaft is bent. You will not see it change if the motor shaft is not bent. Go figure. Real crackerjack stuff here. So yeah, if you want these Wasp majors, let me know, man. Great motor. For a 750 gram rig, these might be the best motors because they're nice and light. They're green. And they're by RC and Power. And that's all there is to it. Ah, Teddy, you didn't bite your disgusting slack? Ah, there he is. Get over here. Oh, he runs away. He doesn't like me holding him anyway, apparently. Okay, I'm going to beat you, dog. Kevin Summer says you don't need a smooth bed for TPU. Good. Good. Zero Taste says, should I go with 5mm shafts or T-mount? 5mm for sure. T-mount is annoying. And for racing, it'll drive you absolutely insane. Not to mention that those propellers that you had on that list are M5 mount. So, yeah. You got to go M5. But you should anyway. Come on, man. Come off of there. Can't get a grip on it. I hate using my fingernails. I always feel like I'm going to bend them the wrong way when taking these arm protectors off. There we go. Should be horrifying. Careful of carbon fiber splinters. Broken glide arm. Actually, I'm going to save it. I've been saving my broken carbon fiber, too. Again, I'm going to make a... I'm either going to make it or I'm going to... I would love to find someone to sculpt, like somebody that's like good at it, to sculpt like a really cool thing out of broken FPV parts. I think that would be rad. But I got to come up with the idea first, you know? Like, what should it be? Should it be like my logo and broken parts? How does that work? I don't know. All right, there we go. What if I change my logo? I'll be screwed. Veritas Weezer says, please let me know how you like the printer. I was thinking about getting one myself, too. Veritas, I've looked up a bunch of reviews, and they've all been like, yo, this printer is insanely good. So, yeah, and I don't know anything, so, like, my review is going to be, prints! So yeah, everybody seems to just type in Bambu A1 Mini to YouTube, and there'll be a whole bunch of people. Oh, good call, Kevin. My God, good call. Of course, of course. Yeah, everybody pretty much says that they're awesome. So yeah, I think you're super safe in grabbing one. I'm running out of steam here, my friends. I really am. But it's almost 5 o'clock, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Raboxen says, I know that 3D printer is great. Try printing a Mcstinky camera mount. Dude, that's going to be one of the first things that I print. I want to see what... Yeah, I want to see like what it does. Like what's a Mcstinky. I know the Mcstinky is a very challenging print, so I'm super curious what it'll do. Apparently, it's good at printing TPU too. Mads Tech actually has a great review of it that I watched last night. That was awesome, and yeah, he said he specifically said it's a really good. It's really good at printing TPU. Hey, so there's a tiny little mark in the bottom of this bell, but it's just a little mark. It's not like a dent or anything like that. It's just a little tiny mark. And yeah, they flew completely fine. So they good. They good as new. If one of them's out of balance, I'll send you money back for it or anything. But they were completely fine. And then here's the other little mark right up here, right above the RC and Power logo. But yeah, neither one of those are hard enough to actually have like done anything really. So yeah. Denzel the Terrible says, is that glide arm guard on your Thingiverse collection? I don't think it is. I believe it is BMC 3D. Don't quote me on that. It might be Brain 3D, but it's one or the other. Either BMC 3D or Brain 3D makes these glide arm guards, and these are the ones that I really like. They're beefy as hell. I don't know what's on Thingiverse for glide arm protectors. I'll know soon enough, though. As soon as I get the 3D printer fired up, I'll start printing a whole bunch of stuff. There's a couple of things I've actually been waiting to ask Brain 3D to print that I haven't. I'm kind of excited to print, so that'll be kind of cool. A handle for the QAVS, that's one of the things. Kind of interesting. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, get this last motor off, and then I don't think I'm gonna put the new arm in. I think I'm just gonna call it after this. Get caught up on chat, and then shut this down. I'm sorry, these streams have not been great, guys. I feel like hell, but I'm getting slightly better every day. So yeah, I'll be feeling better soonish. It's just my brain is just like, the biggest thing that's driving me insane though is my fucking back hurts, man. Like, I remember this from last time I had this shit. It just makes your fucking body hurt. Like, my whole body hurt for the first few days, and now it's just my back. But it's definitely getting better. I want it gone, man. Fucking A. I hate this. Super frustrating. God damn. Kevin James says, how do you eat with my mouth? They drop it down the laundry chute, or you fly a drone up to get it. No. No. Maggie's been bringing me food down. First couple of days though, I didn't realize it was what it was, and I was just going upstairs. Denzel the Terrible says, when is Teddy's birthday? Maybe we can get him a new squirrel. It was like a month ago or so. So you got 11 months to wait. Stop itching nose! Walter says, you enjoy the printer? Denzel the Terrible says, the LED sign I made not working is breaking my heart. Any idea it's wrong? The sign is fine. The USB port on the lava lamp has died. Because, you know, it's so hard in 2024 to make a USB port. You idiots. So I'll get another lava lamp. Your Taste says, with Bambu printers, just only get the Bambu filament and use their slicer profiles, and you'll be able to print everything without any adjustments. The textured bed is totally fine. Well, I screwed that up already. I've got... the reason I did the Pyrodrone order with the AMAX motors, I forgot to say this, is Pyrodrone is one of the only places that has my favorite Sane Smart TPU color in, which is violet, which is like the dark purple. It's this. This is violet. This is purple. It's more pink. This violet has been discontinued apparently by Sane Smart, but Pyrodrone still has a bunch of it. So yeah, I did a Pyrodrone order, and I got 2 rolls of it from them, and then I got 1 roll of the red because I like the translucent red as well. And I believe Kevin Sumner sent me 2 rolls of the violet as well that he found somewhere. So I'll have 4, which I think will last me kind of like forever. So that'll be awesome. Shout out to Kevin Sumner as always. Oh God, fucking throat hurts. Walter says, if you come over, I'll skin your head. I'll make a bust for you. Or Teddy. Nice. Zero Taste says, no, we got that. Veritas says, I can't believe you won that printer. I'm damn serious. I was looking at getting one of those because you made a comment that you would 3D print and not do anything else. Walter says, Teddy sees your stick, your aura. Yeah, right. Veritas says, let me know how you like it. Kevin Sumner mentioned in McConnell Studios. Zero Taste says, with, oh, we got that. Oh, God. Dizilla says, is that our, let's look. Thingiverse, hold on. It might be. I don't think so, but it might be. Look at all this shit, man. Look, I'll be able to print this thing for my Milwaukee drill. Look at that. Look, I'll be able to print. I don't know if the bed's big enough to print this. I don't even have this yet. Never mind. Look, I'll be able to print these thingies. I'll be able to print one of these. Look at that. I gotta figure out. I just have TPU. I wouldn't want to print this in TPU. I wouldn't think. I gotta figure out. I gotta get a roll of non-TPU. I don't know if I should get PLA or. I don't know. I gotta learn the acronyms. Look, I'll be able to print. I will actually print this. This is this will be for the thing. Oh my God. Absolutely printing one of these. Come on now. Come on, I need a little miniature shipping container. Glide arm guards. That's what we're looking for. Glide arm guards. Chronic Nugget, damn, for a $20 super chat. Thank you, homie. He says, you beautiful gangly bastard. I should have just listened to you from the beginning. I've twice now bought a bind and fly and later made one based on your recommendations. Mo Beetle into Ultimate Tiny Whoop 30,000 kV and Crux 35 into 3-inch X Novas has been amazing. It's all good, brother. Sometimes in life, we gotta learn shit the hard way in order to remember it. Thank you for the super generous super chat, man. Very, very, very cool of you. That'll go towards the Amax 2305.5s that I bought last night. Thank you, dude. Glide arm guards. Glide arm guards. There's a Glide GoPro mount. That'll be cool. I'll print one of those and see how it compares to the Brain 3D mounts. Yeah, it's not looking like I have it on here. Wow, this is now old school shit. I added this like a million years ago. Glide arm. Let's just search for that. Shoe. Glide shoe. Nah, no need for that. No need for it to be that tall. This is way too heavy. Yeah, no. If you're going to print this, you're just going to chop this off, but yeah, no, I don't like that one. That's interesting. How that wraps around there. Yeah, that's what happens without them. Nah, I don't like it. Too tall, too tall, too tall. Too much, too much, too much. You want these to be as minimal as possible. Glide light. That's the skinnier arm. Should probably make it work though. This is more it. This is better. Just the outside bit, minimal. This one's looking pretty good. It's got this, which is going to be kind of a pain in the ass, but it's going to like lock in there. This is kind of cool. I'll try this. I'll probably end up. Oh, and he's got like a super. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I'm going to end up printing probably all of these, and then I'll run them, and I'll let you guys know which ones I like the best. A ukulele wall holder. The things you didn't know you needed that you need. Yeah, all right. Oh, here's a super minimal one. Stop it. Yeah, maybe. Nope, just that part. That's just what you would want. Yeah, that's looking good. There's a couple on here. I can almost guarantee you that these arm guards that you saw me taking apart are from BMC 3D. Or not. Hold on. Wow, what? Oh no! BMC 3D has, like, removed all their stuff. What? Oh, man. I guess they're maybe kind of sort of shutting down. They used to have hundreds and hundreds of things on here. That stinks. Brent runs BMC 3D. Great guy. It looks like he's really scaling back. The ones on Brain 3D are great, too, though. Nothing wrong with them. Not lied. For fuck's sake. It still ended up coming up. Yeah, these are totally fine. The ones from BMC 3D, they held up a little bit better because they're a little thicker. These are kind of thin, but I like that these are thin because they're lighter. So yeah, these are good. Don't run them as soft mounts. Run this part on the bottom. But yeah, man, that's a shame. I got a message. I'll message Brent and I'll ask him if I can maybe like buy that design file off of them because they're really good. Yeah, this is like my favorite of the glide arm protectors I've run. Oh, that's a shame, man. All right, let me get caught up on chat and then I'm out of here. I'm so sorry that this is the worst stream ever. Hopefully, you know, you guys can talk to each other in the chat, and that's fun. You like that? I don't know, man. I'm so I'm so confused. Kevin Summer says, you need to get that TPU into a dryer ASAP. Stuff sucks up water ultra badly. Don't they come sealed, though? I have a ton of the desiccant packages. I was going to just... I assume that it doesn't come saturated, right? It comes in a vacuum sealed bag, right? And then I was going to just be really careful about, like, take it out, run it. As soon as it's done, put it right back into the bag and put a bunch of desiccant packs in there. But then I know there's also... I was looking at... somebody posted this in the 3D printing... the 3D printing Discord channel. I was looking at this guy, this Soval, mainly because it's white. I wish there was there probably is a version of this for just a single roll. That's really all I want. But yeah, this is good looking enough to just sit it, and I got a little bit of extra room on there. I would love a single roll version of this though. They probably make it. Do they make it? It has to be white. Can't be black. Or I can just start trolling Goodwills for food dehydrators. I know that's an option. But yeah, I would love this, but just in a single. What if I just do that? It doesn't look like... I know the name Soval. I don't know this name Sun Lu, but it's probably fine. It's just a fucking heating element in a box, right? Like, not much to it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's not like I'm going to print a lot. I'll figure it out. Zero Taste says, posted some links for TPU printing on Bambu printers in Discord. I'm going to take a look at. Awesome. Thank you, dude. BLD says, atomic filaments is some of the best quality filament you can get. Pre-COVID, I used to go through 8 kilograms of carbon fiber PETG a month running 6 printers. Chronic Nugget says, no problem. You've been a great resource. New flyer. Speaking of that 3-inch, I know you said you like weights around 280. Is that no cam? I want to fly bigger batteries on XT60. Yeah, no cam. On 3-inch rigs, you're not going to have an external cam unless it's like an Insta360 Go 2 or 3. But yeah, typically with 3-inch rigs, you're going to build everything internally and just run like Walksnail or run like O3, and you've got your HD on board, and away you go. Walter says, can somebody from our community not do a CAD design? You can decide infill, how thick, scaled. What's that in reference to, Walter? Kevin Sumner says, every roll of Saint Smart I've ever opened needs drying to get... Oh my god, really? Desiccant alone hasn't been... What? Come on now. How do they... What the fuck? Why? Why would they not... What? Rockcrawler has that Sunlu and it works fine. Awesome. Sunlu it is. Robux says, print out a box with your new printer. Hell yeah. I'm going to print out that little cargo container thing. Frank Nicholas says, either get a filament dryer Sunlu or after printing, put it in a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie with desiccant. That's exactly what I was planning on doing. Is the Ziploc baggie with desiccant. But maybe I'll also get the filament dryer thing because it's like $35 or whatever. That's fine. I can handle that. Sunlu to the rescue. I love that some of you guys have the Sunlu and it's great. What about Ferraz? I like the way the Sunlu looks better. And, you know, if you're not going to 3D print good, your gear better look good. If you're not going to 3D print good, then make sure it's white and it looks good on your desk. Sunlu, baby! Oh, this is a nightmare, man. I hate, like, my brain not working. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate not feeling, like, sharp and with it. And, like, oh my god. Walter says, just put it in a box on top of your heated bed for half an hour. It gets most of the moist out. Put vent holes in the top. Frank Nicholas says many single spool dryers. There's one. There's another. Chronic Nugget with the last thing of the thing. A1 Mini bought the Sunlu S4. Definitely overkill, but it doubles as storage. Anything else can print right out of the tub from Walmart with desiccant. There we go. Sunlu it is. Sunlu all day. Man, there's two different versions of it. What am I going to do? One link didn't work. That's okay. I gotta figure which one's better. Which one's better? This Sunlu! Oh, that one's got the thing in the place. Sunlu. Filament dryer. Alright, I'll figure out which one's better. There it is. Is this one or that one? There we go. S1 Plus. I think they're the same thing. Fits 1.75, 2.85, 3.0. Same thing. I think they're exactly the same. They cost the same. The little screens look a little bit different, but this is a fucking 3D render anyway. This isn't a picture of the actual thing. Shouldn't this shit be illegal to just use 3D renders? Shouldn't they have to put a picture of the actual fucking thing they're going to sell you? Or is that just me? Am I just being an old person? I think they're the same thing. 2024. This one says 2024. Official original. There we go. Rebirth 3D store. From the Sunlu store. That's the deal. They're just being sold by different people. I don't care. It's all the same. Goodbye! Thanks for bearing with me, guys. My brain will work someday. Okay, bye. Here's me flying at Rotor Riot Rampage in Micro Mayhem. I don't know what I'm flying. Hopefully it's good. See you tomorrow night. Oh my god. Oh, this is not me flying. This is me crashing. Hold on. Already played this file. Here's me flying the 5-inch rig with no OSD. With no SD. Look how good this, look how good analog looks. Analog is the best.